When should we use a topical antibiotic? Hello and welcome to this week's Urgent Bite, brought to you by the Royal New Zealand College of Urgent Care. My name is Guy Melrose and today we're looking at topical antibiotics. I've attached a link in the show notes to a recent BPAC article that is worth reading. Back in February 2017, BPAC covered the use of topical antibiotics, and since then there has been a 55% reduction in Bactroban prescribing and a 42% reduction in fusidic acid prescribing here in New Zealand. This has coincided with a doubling in the prescribing rates of hydrogen peroxide cream. This latest article highlights this positive trend, but also calls for an even greater reduction in topical antibiotic prescribing. So when do we use a topical antibiotic? Well, it would seem from reading this article that the answer is almost never. BPAC state that the main use of topical antibiotics is for the eradication of nasal carriage of Staph aureus in recurrent skin infections or for MRSA eradication. They might also be used if non-antibiotic topical therapy and the clean cut and cover approach has been used for impetigo, but oral antibiotics are considered inappropriate as the lesions remain localized. But these seem to be the only indications for topical antibiotics that BPAC lists. If you do prescribe them in these instances, they say we should put the indication and duration on the prescription and only prescribe enough for the purpose, so there is none left over for misuse. Topical treatments for skin infections are hydrogen peroxide cream or povidone iodine ointment, along with good skin hygiene advices. Infection not responding to this, or that is more widespread, should be treated with oral antibiotics. They state that for infected eczema, furuncles, carbuncles and folliculitis, there is no indication for topical antibiotics. So have a read of the attached article and let's see if urgent care can contribute even further to a reduction in topical antibiotic prescribing. As always, if you have any comments or suggestions, please email podcast@rnzcuc.org.nz or pop to the Facebook page and leave a comment there. Please make sure you've subscribed to the podcast if you use a podcast app, and also please take a moment to share the podcast with all your medical friends via social media. We'll be back next week with another Urgent Bite, but for now, thanks for listening.